Hello, 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 everyone, and happy Monday. For those who are new to our group or my YouTube page, my name is Rainey Ray, and I am an essential oil educator and enthusiast. And we spend Monday afternoon here together educating, and I'm available for Q&A also. So a couple of brief announcements. Today's the last day to get free frankincense. That's right, free frankincense. You can get a free 5 ml bottle of frankincense worth 43.50 wholesale simply by placing a 125 PV, point value, product value, whatever you want to call it, rewards order by today, the 15th. It's doTERRA's way of saying thank you for being a loyal customer. So this month they're extremely generous in giving us frankincense. So if you're not reaping the benefits of our reward program, which I didn't do in the beginning, okay, till I understood about it, this is a great time to test drive it. All right, no risk. Cancel it anytime. Tons of benefits. Just hit me up or talk to the person that helped you get your account, and we will get you set up to get the free frankincense. Also, this month is what we call a 200 PV month. So what that means is if you place a 200 PV order, you get a free bottle, roller bottle of Rose. Rose is an incredible oil. This is a $72 value simply by placing a 200 point value order. Okay, so if you need to stack up on things, this is the time. Get those freebies, okay? It's any kind of order. So if you want to help someone, friends, family, coworker, get started with doTERRA, this is the time to do it. Plus, they can still get 20% off their first order. They can still qualify for that. Questions? Hit me up again, all right? That's, I love this month, and it was perfect timing for us because we're going out of town to work in South Dakota, which we do every year. Tom being a pinstriper, this is the rally time there with so many cool things going on, including Sturgis. So I had to order a bunch of stuff to carry us through the 7, 8 weeks that we'll be on the road. I'm getting four Rose Touch. So that's four times $72, whatever that is. I don't have my math cap on right now. So easy peasy. Hit me up if you have questions, or obviously talk to the person that helped you get your account. No big deal. So, headaches and migraines. I think everyone wants to get rid of them fast. Okay. I have never experienced a migraine. But I have, and we all know people, whether you've experienced a migraine, whether you have them regularly, we all know people who have, they're debilitating, okay? Even a headache is debilitating. So, I ask in our group, what do you use for headaches? So people were talking about PastTense, Peppermint, Frankincense, Copaiba, and Recharge, which is our that's wonderful. This is our electrolyte. It's a liquid. You just shake it up. I love to use my kombucha bottles, repurpose them when I'm home. Otherwise, they go in a Yeti and you just shake it up. Some people are good at ripping it open. I'm not. I cut it open, pour it in, rinse it out in your water because there's always a little residual in there. These are amazing. No sugar, really good pure ingredients, of course, because it's doTERRA. I love this strawberry flavor. It also comes in a lemon lime that people love. So pick whichever you want. All right, so let's take a deeper dive into headaches and migraines. I talked with Deb Rose, who you've seen in our group. She's an amazing knowledge, incredible, generous person. And she was a high-level RN for years and years. And she just had done a paper on headaches, specifically migraines, to help a customer. And so I'm going to use her information because she's the expert on this. All right. So, as she would say, the trifecta horror of migraines, constant sensory overload, occipital neuralgia, is a challenge that medical professionals often fall short of addressing effectively. Okay. Headaches and migraines are not only pain, they're light sensitivity, sound sensitivity, scalp tenderness, nausea, neck involvement, eye pressure, emotional irritability, exhaustion, and that feeling that the nervous system has no filter. Okay. The um, trigeminal nerve is a major migraine pathway because it carries pain information from the face, scalp, sinuses, um, and blood vessels around in the brain. Okay. But with occipital neuralgia, the upper cervical nerves and occipital nerves can keep feeding pain into the system from the back of the head and the neck. And according to Deb and the research that I've read, that matters because the trigeminal, I'm going to mispronounce that, and upper cervical nerves talk to each other through the trigeminal cervical complex. So what that means is pain starting at the base of the skull can refer forward to the temples, forehead, eye area, jaw, face, all of that. And that's the reason that migraines and occipital neuralgia can overlap so much. All right. So the goal with oils would be very specific when it comes to that. You want to interrupt the pain signaling, cool and distract the sensory receptors, calm the trigeminal, occipital, and cervical pathways, calm it down. Relax the neck and shoulder guarding. Reduce sympathetic overdrive. Support the parasympathetic tone. Help the brain stem and sensory system to quiet down and lower the volume on the nervous system. So here are the oils. Okay. My go-to for a headache, and I get headaches from stress, overload, anxiety, from being on the computer too long, from eye strain, things like that. My go-to is um, past tense. Okay. Past tense used to come in a roller. If you have this, save it. If not, just get a roller from doTERRA and make one if you want. It now only comes in a child-proof bottle. Okay. That and Deep Blue have to have childproof bottles and no rollers because kids want to drink it. Yeah, don't ask. Okay. So past tense is my first choice for these kind of situations. As I said, it comes in a 15 mil. We make our rollers. The original past tense roller is pure oil. It is not diluted. Okay. I use it full strength, pure. Even though I know I'm losing a lot to evaporation, it works the best for me. Okay. So, um, it's also available in a new product that's the past tense stick. This is small but mighty. I love to take this and just rub it on my forehead. Okay. If I, oh, it smells so good. Because that's where I feel the headache. Okay. Everybody's different. If you're using the oil, just take a little bit on your finger, not much. It doesn't take much. And I love to put that over onto my temples. Okay. Um, it's really amazing. The stick has sweet gum in it. Sweet gum. which is naturally rich in the calming compound, beta-caryophyllene. Okay. So, fun fact about past tense. It's the oil we also use for shingles because it follows the neural pathway and stops shingles as they try to progress. All right. So that's kind of cool. Past tense contains peppermint, wintergreen, frankincense, cilantro, marjoram, Roman chamomile, basil, rosemary, and lavender. And the combination makes sense physiologically, okay? Frankincense is the go-to for anything neurological, seizures, nerves, feeling like they're on fire, etc. Interesting story. When our dog Jack was having a grand mal seizure, what I did was I opened the bottle of frankincense and put it under his nose while Tom was holding him so that he could breathe it in and his seizure stopped. Okay. Check it out on YouTube. You can see all sorts of videos there where people are walking down the street and somebody has a seizure and they open doTERRA frankincense, let them smell it, and the seizure stops. Amazing. Okay. So, um, peppermint. Peppermint is amazing. Okay, we use it every day. I have a roller top on it. It provides menthol-based cooling and a counter irritant activity. So it stimulates the cold, sensitive receptors that can help compete with those pain signals. When the nervous system is screaming, giving it a strong cooling input can help interrupt that pain loop. Okay. Wintergreen provides a deeper soothing effect for muscles and soft tissue discomfort. Um, Frankincense also adds grounding, calming, and inflammatory response support. Lavender and Roman chamomile help settle the overactive sensory and autonomic picture. Marjoram, which is amazing for our muscles, helps with the muscle guarding. So when you're in pain, there's muscle guarding that goes on that just exacerbates how you feel, especially in the neck and shoulders. Basil and rosemary being circulatory, muscular, stimulating support that can help with tension as part of the pattern. Um, no need for a huge amount, okay? Small, like I showed you, frequent applications is needed, all right? I apply it to the temples, some people, and the forehead. Some people need it behind the ears, base of the skull, occipital ridge, back of the neck, upper shoulders, along the hairline. Um, and make sure to avoid your eyes, of course. So with occipital neuralgia, I would especially focus on the base of the skull and the pathways of the greater and lesser occipital nerves. All right. Another go-to is Deep Blue. All right. We have it in the rub, we have it in the stick, and we have it in the oil, okay, which you can make a roller from, even though now we only have it with the childproof top, okay, like the past tense. All right. If the neck, upper traps, um, suboccipitals, shoulders are tight, they can keep irritating the occipital nerves and feeding on that migraine or headache pathway. All right. So deep blue is for the cervical driver. All right. This is um, for Deb as a nurse looking at this chain, the way she describes it: upper cervical tension, occipital nerve irritation, triminocervical activation, eyes, head, eyes, temple pain, sympathetic activation, more guarding, more pain. If you've ever been through this, you know exactly what she's talking about. So deep blue helps to break the muscular part of that loop. And if you're using past tense on the upper part of your body, use deep blue on the lower part. So starting with shoulders, back of neck, between the shoulder blades. Don't put deep blue again near your eyes because it's very aromatic and can, um, because of the camphor and menthol and stuff, it can make your eyes water. Keep it on the muscular structure that's feeding your head pain. So, Deb would suggest deep blue on the shoulders and lower neck, past tense at the base of the skull and behind the ears, Copaiba and frankincense over the cervical spine and occipital area. Okay. Next up, our big gun, Copaiba. All right. Again, drop or tap on here. We use it every single day. All right. It's an incredibly important oil if you experience nerve-related discomfort. All right. Copaiba is not just for muscle pain, although it's great for it. All right. So you want to use that consistently, not just once in a while. So topically, use your Copaiba over the cervical spine, base of the skull, behind your ears. Make a roller if you want. That's the easiest way. All right. And then combine it with frankincense for a stronger neurological support blend. So here's a suggestion for a blend for topical support. 10 drops copaiba, 10 drops frankincense, 5 drops lavender, 5 drops marjoram. Put those in a roller, top it off with coconut oil, a 10 milliliter roller, and apply it to the base of the skull, cervical spine, shoulders. Do it 2 to 4 times a day during active flare-ups, but then do it daily for your maintenance. All right. As I said, frankincense, which is absolutely incredible. It's foundational here. Speaking of foundational, before oils, before anything, the best thing to keep your body supported so that either you don't get headaches or migraines or you have them less often or with less intensity is using our foundational wellness supplements that also they're superpowered with essential oils. Okay. So we happen to use the VMG powder, okay, along with the MetaPower. Um, this is our collagen, okay? We take that along with the PB Restore and our E omegas, best omegas in the market. This PB Restore is a pre, pro, and postbiotic, incredible. Never experienced anything like it. All right. If you want the pill form, take those supplements along with, meaning the omega and the PB Restore, our probiotic, along with your VMZ and your CRS. Okay. Capsules, green drink, doesn't matter. Your body needs it. Okay. Um, so frankincense is important for nervous system grounding, whole bodied stress response. We take frankincense internally every day for that. All right. So when your body feels neurologically loud, if you know what I mean, when you feel overstimulated, agitated, pain sensitive, emotionally worn out, unable to settle, frankincense is a good anchor. Okay. So again, use it topically with the copaiba over the cervical spine, over the occipital ridge, in the palms. Just put a drop in your palms and breathe it in, nice big breaths, and then take your hands and rub that on your neck. Diffuse it with lavender or balance. At night, it really helps the nervous system to calm down. The next oil I want to talk to you about is lavender. All right. Lavender is bigger than just relaxing. We call lavender all things calming, but it's so much more than that. I mean, to this day, lavender is the most popular, meaning most purchased oil out of all of doTERRA. It's a Swiss Army knife, okay? So with some headaches and migraines, the brain is often in sensory amplification, meaning the light is too bright, the sound is too sharp, the smell is too strong. even touch can hurt, okay? Um, Lavender is useful because it can help quiet the system. So I would use lavender when the sensory nervous system is on fire. So, you hear people that get some relief in a dark room. So diffuse lavender. Inhale it from your hands. Apply it behind your ears and the back of the neck. Add copaiba with your lavender and frankincense in a roller. Um, Diffuse it at night. I would especially use lavender when you have those light sensitivity symptoms, sound sensitivity, smell sensitivity, nausea even, irritability, restlessness, all of that. Okay. Another big hit for headaches and migraines. And by the way, when you feel a headache coming on or a migraine coming on, we all know those little tells. Use your oils as soon as possible because the sooner you use them, the faster they can stop it. Okay. And before it builds, and then you have more to stop. All right. So the next oil that I want to talk to you about is Roman chamomile. Our Roman chamomile is, I mean, it's amazing. Um, it is one that you want to seriously consider if you're sensitive, reactive, overstimulated all the time. It's gentle, it's powerful for calming when you have an irritable nervous system. So think of Roman chamomile when your body is saying, I can't calm down. My nerves feel raw. Everything irritates me. I'm exhausted but wired. My pain threshold is just shot, okay? I would pair Roman chamomile with lavender, frankincense, and copaiba. So you see this recurring theme happening here, all right? Marjoram. Marjoram is a little used oil, but it is so powerful. Now remember, it's in our past tense. It's in so many other blends. It's excellent for the muscular side of the migraine, headache, occipital picture. Okay. So if you've got neck stiffness, trapezoids are tight, jaw is clenching. Okay. Shoulder tension, sub-occipital tightness, marjoram belongs in the plan. Okay, use it again with copaiba and frankincense in a roller. Layer it with your deep blue. Okay. Um, it's especially useful at night because it helps our whole body to just soften. Okay. The next one is basil, not just for the kitchen. Okay. Basil is worth considering if migraines have a strong tension neck component. Basil has a history of use around head tension and muscle tightness. I wouldn't use it alone, but use it in a blend for your head and neck issues. Past tense again already has basil in it, all right, which is another reason that that product is just amazing, all right. Peppermint. Again, drop or tap on it. We use it all the time. 2 drops of peppermint every single morning in order to get the cells in our gut to line up good so we don't get leaky gut. All right. Peppermint is a go-to for many, many for headaches. It deserves its own conversation, even though it's in past tense. All right. So peppermint is the quote, wake up the receptors and cool the pain pathways, okay? With some headaches and migraines, use it carefully because some people love it and some people have a smell sensitivity associated with their migraines. Then they find it too intense. So go with caution, all right? If you can tolerate or even love the aroma, peppermint can be excellent. Back of the neck, temples, um, but carefully diluted. Remember, don't get it in your eyes. Hairline, shoulders, palms for brief inhalation if tolerated. It is less is more also with peppermint, especially near the face. It can be overwhelming. I find if I put it on my temples and my forehead, sometimes my eyes will start watering just because ours is so potent, okay? Now, adaptive or balance, okay? These are wonderful for the autonomic nervous system component here, all right? If your sympathetic nervous system is always activated, pain stays amplified, fight or flight chemistry. Um, if you have increased muscle tension, changes in your breathing, um, increased vigilance, your nervous system is reactive, all right? Adaptive, which is our mental health blend, is what you want to reach for when you feel anxious, overwhelmed, wired, reactive, unable to calm down. Okay. Balance, and I have a roller top. I keep it on by the side of the bed. I have a roller top on this one. You can get them. Go to my website, rainyray.com. I've sorted through all the ones on Amazon. This is the one that is closest to, you can see it looks like the doTERRA roller. Leaks, a little teeny bit, but not bad. All right. So balance is what you want to reach for when you want to feel grounded. If you're feeling shaky, emotionally overloaded, or like her system needs um, to have support underneath. Your system needs to have support underneath it. These aren't things for migraine or headaches in a narrow sense, but they're nervous system regulation oils, and that's what matters. All right. Aroma Touch. This is our massage blend. It's amazing. Consider this if you have neck and shoulder tension involvement, and especially if that's chronic and body-wide tension. All right. It can be used diluted over the neck, shoulders, spine, especially if the pain pattern is tied to muscle guarding. All right. Last but not least is Serenity. All right. If your sleep is poor, the migraines will be harder to control, the headaches will be harder to control. We have Serenity in an 15 ml bottle. We have our Serenity Sleep Stick with Valerium. Love this. Okay, this is really popular. And as you know, if you've followed me for years, I needed these in order to shut my brain off and fall asleep. These are the soft gels, Serenity soft gels. Taking two of these with two Copaiba soft gels at night is just magic. All right. Um, Adaptive comes in the blend. It also comes in a roller and it comes in these calming soft gels. I take one of the, I mean, capsules. I take one of these every morning anyway. All right. This is my go-to. So I know I'm going to have smooth sailing through the day. Okay. So Serenity. Remember, poor sleep lowers the pain threshold, all right? Increases the sympathetic tone, worsens inflammation, and keeps the nervous system all sensitized, all right? So if you're not getting good sleep, consider Serenity at night. If you think you're getting good sleep, but you're still feeling those things, you can get better sleep, and Serenity will help. Either diffuse the oil blend, take the soft gels, use the stick, all of the above. I've been there. All right. Um, I would think that we all know that sleep as part of the whole protocol. It's not separate from the protocol. All right. So just to recap, my favorite, and I think it's just super easy because it contains most of these oils, is to use past tense. All right. Past tense. This is an incredible blend. Um, Use it neat, like me if you want. Make a roller. It is just really, really incredible. It's got all of the goodies in there. Key thing, when you feel a headache or a migraine coming on, deal with it right away. Some people take a thumb drop, of frankincense and press it on the roof of their mouth. Some people do that with lavender and it helps, or press it where the migraine is starting. All right. You do you. Okay, these are some options. I hope that it's helpful. If you have any questions or want to talk about this, please reach out. I'm here and happy to help, or reach out to the person that helped you get your account. So I hope that all made sense. I hope it gave you some ideas for how to use natural solutions instead of pharmaceuticals or over the counter. Why do we want to do that? First of all, they're extremely effective. By the time I go right behind me on my chest of drawers is where I keep the PastTense. I swipe my finger, put it on. By the time I cap this and put it back, get to my desk here, 2 steps over, my headache's gone. Okay, that's effective. There's no side effects. All right. So, beside you may have a sensitivity to like peppermint if the smell is too strong for you or something when you're going through migraine. Um, but there's no side effects. Think about your kidney and your liver and other organs when it comes to using the over-the-counter or pharmaceutical medications. Okay. I was the Aleve queen. Okay. I would take Aleve every 12 hours and it kept me um, going. I didn't have headaches that bothered me, all that. But it takes its toll on your kidneys and liver. So I'm so glad that I found an alternative, and even more glad that I found how to easily support your body with our VMG, which stands for vitamins, minerals, and greens. Okay, whole food nutrient complex. Incredible supplement, best I've ever had. Or our lifelong vitality, same category, supercharged with essential oils. These are the things that make us feel better or recover faster. Okay. So once again, any questions, hit me up. This will be posted in our private group and also on my YouTube channel. So if you have questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. Um, and I hope everybody has a nice day. I hope this was helpful to you, and take good care, and happy oiling.